Yes, you might have been wondering what determines the price of any real estate property in Nigeria. I would like to share with you the five basic factors that affect the price of any property in the country. And the number one factor is the location of that property. Location of a property is the first thing. Let me give an instance. A property that is within or very close to the business district of a city will be much more valuable than property that are at the outskirts of the city. Also, a property that is in a far distance on an undeveloped area will be of a lesser value compared to the one that has been developed and then has been built on. So that is the first factor that affects any property price in Nigeria. Secondly is the facility on the property. Most times you look at an estate plot that has not been developed, either it has not been fenced, the drainage system has not been done, the security has not been put in place, the perimeter fencing is not there, will be of a lesser value to an estate plot that has been tarred or the road network has been done. So the facilities that have been put in place on the property will really determine the price of the property. So anytime you want to buy a property, you're going to check the facilities of it on the plot, and you're going to know that okay, this is what the price of what I'm investing in. Thirdly is the government policy. We all need to know that the policy of the government affects every sector, including the real estate sector. So the policy of the government on how housing, lands, the law that backs the real estate sector will automatically affect the price of the property. That's why you see that the price of property in Lagos is different from the one in Abuja or the one in Enugu or any part of the country. Different laws and policy guides every property of every state. Fourthly is the choice of the seller or the company that you're buying from. Often, the company you are buying from determines the price of the property. Sometimes some company might choose to sell at a certain rate, while another company is selling at a lower rate compared to the other company. So the choice of the company really determines the price of the property. Also, if you are buying from an individual, the person determines the price that he or she wants to sell the property. So that is the fourth factor that affects the price of property. Lastly is the negotiation power of the buyer. As a buyer, you have the chance to negotiate your way out in buying a property. Most times, how we negotiate is the value we see or how we see a property. So if you perceive a property should be of a certain amount, probably you can try to negotiate your way out with the buyer or with the company. There is nothing wrong in negotiating with the buyer or the company that you want to buy the property from. All needs to be achieved is that both parties are satisfied. So these are the five basic factors that affect the price of any real estate property. If you have any other factor that you think is still very, very essential, you can send it to me in the comment section.